Welcome back to Let's Play Sundog Frozen Legacy. We're on the planet of New Shoot in the city of Wildera, and we're going back to Jond because I had to come all the way here to find biochips. No, I didn't find it on the planet of Kala. I went to all the cities. There weren't any there. There were no cryogens there. So I might show it in a bonus episode. But since we do have cargo on board and we're going to Sublight, we're gonna be attacked by pirates, of course. Shields up. I like to use the threaten command because sometimes it works, sometimes they get scared and break off their attack. According to the programmer, the more pirates you destroy in a particular system, the more of a reputation you gain in that system, although it doesn't carry over into another system. So if you happen to destroy a lot of pirates, then you're able to successfully threaten other pirates who threaten you. And we get a bounty this time of 1,000 credits. But we're getting attacked again by his buddy. But since we're in the high 90s, let's warp out of here. Alright, now we gotta make it to Jond, and we don't have much fuel. Fighting pirates sure does burn up a lot of fuel. And of course we're attacked. Let's see if we can make it to the planet without getting blown up and without running out of fuel. Maybe I'll show it in the future where it actually works. Threatening. Okay. Looks like I'll only be able to get off a couple shots on this guy before I run out of fuel. Okay, we're there. We could just land. Great. Just as fuel ran out. Able to land. And I didn't take any damage. I like it. Okay. You can see that we got biochips from Wildera. And it took a really long time trying to find that. So let's drop it off. And we got 30,100 credits. Okay, so we got chronographs, more biochips, oh no. Synthesizers, pharmaceuticals, 2 more cryogens, but we're running out of systems to find them at. Okay, radioactives. Now, I have radioactives in the warehouse that I won from pirates, so let's deliver it. And rare earths. Okay, so let's go fuel up since we're completely out of gas. No, maybe I should have shown how cheap the or cheaper the FTL conversion was. Yeah, maybe I'll do that later. For now, let's go get a bite to eat. My nourish is in the yellow. Kind of like Dungeon Master, where you actually have to monitor your nourishment bar. Okay, so let's transfer our money to the last system we can. Jadul. We'll transfer all of it. Now, if you remember the last episode, I went to the Kalmanda system without transferring my money, and I only realized that afterwards. So I went back to the Sosai system and transferred the money there. And then I looked for biochips. But not after dropping off those cryogens. So I got the cryogens on camera, but then just dropped them off camera. Just like every other commodity. Okay, now the good thing about the FTL conversion is you can make 9 jump seconds. You don't have to hop to an intermediate system. I think now the only intermediate system you would have to jump to would be if you're trying to go to Enlie. And I'll save Enlie for the very last. Because most of those items for this phase I can get either on John or in the surrounding systems. They're not too hard to get. Okay, so we're going to Molesty. Molesty? Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Well, anyways, we're gonna see if we can find multiple cryogens on this system. Because I've searched every city on every other world, save for this one in Enlie. Oh, and the planet is called Karakoram. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. So let's see if they have any cryogens here. Yes, they do. Okay. So now we have one load of cryogens. Let's see if they got anything worth noting. Not really. I don't really see anything. It looks like they pay about average price for things. Okay, let's see what the overland map looks like for this planet. Well, there's another planet that looks just like John. Maybe I'll have a bonus episode where I show all the planets that don't look like your typical planets. You know what? Maybe I should go fuel up while I'm here. I might not come back just to save some time. Okay. In that overland map, it did look like there was another city really close. But across some sort of strait. Fortunately, we have air transport, so we don't have to worry about that. Il Dono. So far, these cities have Italian-sounding names. Okay, let's check the commodities exchange here on Il Dono. Wow, all the buildings are evenly spaced. Kind of like on Kala in the Starport City, except here there's a street, there it was like all pasture. Okay, no cryogens, and doesn't look like they have anything special here. Well, I guess we'll just take off and go to the next city. Okay, the next one is Desgede. Deeskede. I'm still kind of confused about the apostrophes. It could be a contraction, so it's all pronounced together, so just Desgede. Alright, well that was pretty easy to find, so let's check out the exchange at Desgede. Oh, a second load of cryogens. Okay. They got pretty expensive items here. For pretty much everything. Not worth it. Alright, I think there's one more city we'll check out, and then we'll go back to Banville and drop these off. Paleco. Yeah, they all kind of have Italian-sounding names so far. Yeah, kind of. I don't know, do Italians use the letter K? I know they don't really use the letter K in Spanish, except for foreign words. Oh wow, this city's like a checker pattern. Like a checkerboard layout. Okay, well no cryogens here, so just real quick we'll check the items that they have. Yeah, it doesn't look too special here. Well, at least pirates won't be attacking me. They shouldn't be attacking me in the first place. I am Zed, after all, an emissary of the Church of Zardoz.
Zardoz speaks to you, his chosen ones. You have been raised up from brutality to kill the brutals who multiply and are legion. To this end, Zardoz, your god.
But in the meantime, I think I'll set warp. While the engines are charging, I guess I'll go back to the Starport City. Well, I was wrong. I guess I was going to come back here. Oh well. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Okay, now the reason I did that was to gas up my engines, well, charge my engines and then top off the tank. So I have a full tank after the engines are fully charged. So let's go to the bank. 5 credits, sure. Fine, whatever. See, these teleport things are really handy. They're like Star Trek transporters. The only problem is they cost money, and typically you need your pod to do important things like commodity exchange. But sometimes your pod will get booted and you can't get into it unless you pay off the fine at the bank. Now, I haven't shown that because I think it's just a waste of money and a waste of time, but if there's a demand to see that, I will show it in a bonus episode. Okay. So not too much longer now. We'll just get on back to Banville, drop these off, and then off camera I will get as much of the commodities as I can. And I might have said this before, but I am kind of dismayed that I have to get biochips again because they were so hard to find earlier. I basically had to go to like every system I had explored previously, and only when I went to New Shoot did I happen to find it in one of its cities. So I'm glad I was able to finally do that, even though it did take longer than I wanted it to. Let's drop off these cryogens. And, like I said, I'm going to get as much of these commodities as I can off camera. But in the meantime, I'm going to end the video. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. This is Big Low signing off. Have a good day.